Hello there. Now, recently I made a video about the Insight feature on YouTube, which featured Tarquin and his boss. And I was able to do something that I'd always wanted to do for those particular characters, to put them in a real secret lair worthy of any evil overlord. And particularly, I liked the idea of having the evil overlord himself as a kind of, as just a faceless silhouette against a bright white background. So I did that, and I was quite pleased with the result. It was a little bit rough around the edges, but it wasn't bad. But almost as soon as I posted it, I was asked how I actually achieved that effect. So this video is going to tell you roughly how I did it. So to get the whole effect, I actually needed to use two different effects. One was something called chroma key, which we'll come to later, and the other was simply brightness. Basically, when I edit the video afterwards in my video editor, which is slightly more sophisticated than Windows Movie Maker, I can adjust the brightness. Normally that's to correct for errors, but if I turn the brightness right down, the whole thing goes completely black. Okay, so maybe we can turn the brightness back up again? Thank you. The other thing that I needed was chroma key, which is a very interesting effect and is the reason why I'm here sitting in front of a green screen. Now, I won't go into all the details about how to set up your own green screen. There are many tutorials on YouTube. I will say that I've got absolutely the cheapest and most basic kind of green screen possible, which is just a piece of green paper behind me and a well-lit room. Ideally, you need proper lighting for this kind of thing, but if you've got a really decent camera at the top end of the consumer market, such as I have, you can probably get away with just using natural light as long as it's a bright sunny day. And also, incidentally, I discovered when making that other video, if you don't wear yellow. What green screen does, what chroma key does, is I can actually take out the green from behind me and replace it with a background of my choice. So I can put myself in, for example, a news studio. Good evening, and here is the Rubos News. Or I can put myself in mortal danger. I can do almost anything I want. But for the evil overlord, I simply put in a bright white, well, a plain white background, just like this. So, then all I do is to turn the brightness down as I did before. But of course, that only affects me. It only affects the video with me on it. It doesn't affect the background. So what I end up with is a silhouette of me. Hello. And that really is all there is to it. And basically, it's the same technique that they used for those iPod adverts, if you remember those. It really is quite simple, but you do need either a decent camera or decent lighting, and you do need a decent video editor to do it. I think it's rather cool.